how does it feel to say that?
Great. This wasn't something I was planning, but the opportunity presented itself, and as I've come to know, learn about the community, the schools are top notch. I'm meeting the school board and and a number of committed community members and staff and administrators. I've been really impressed with their commitment and their talents. So I'm looking forward to carrying on a great tradition.
Can you just tell us what you were doing prior to this? What position you held?
Right. I was the superintendent in the Ashland School District, which is about 3 hours north. I was there for 8 years.
Gotcha. And then when you were up there, one of the controversies as far as with the Bad River Reservation coming down here, there's a well-known Hmong community. How do you think that kind of relates, and how do you plan to tackle that?
Yeah. You know, the racial tensions in Ashland have been historic, and the only way I know of to alleviate those kinds of issues is really get to know people. Go out, talk to people, work alongside them. It builds trust, and that's what we were able to do in Ashland. As Mr. Trollope mentioned, I have a good working relationship with the tribe in Ashland, and I don't have any reason to think I won't have a good working relationship with groups in Wausau as well.
As far as education-wise, what type of changes do you plan on making to the district?
At this point, you'll see in the entry plan, there's some priority areas for me. The top one for me, of course, is educating the whole child. Part of that has to do with equity. You'll see some of that in there in the entry plan. But frankly, I don't have a strong plan at this point. I've got to do a lot of listening, a lot of learning. A number of people have been in this district for a number of years. They understand it much better than I do. I'm looking forward to getting to know the community, getting to know the people here, and then as you'll see in the entry plan, over the next, once I officially start in July, we'll do a number of listening sessions and develop a strategic plan from there, and I'll have a better answer for you at that time. Yeah.
What's just the biggest difference between Ashland and Wausau that you've noticed so far?
Well, just size. You know, right now I work with about 350 employees, about 2,000 students. So obviously here it's 8,200, and there's more teachers than I have employees. But so scale is going to be an issue, and that's something that I'm going to lean a little bit on the team and my own experience to figure out how to navigate that. But otherwise, we're still in northern Wisconsin. We're still barely north of Highway 29, so we're all good there. And again, the diversity issue comes up, and in Ashland, we really had one other race, of course, Native American, and it was a strong presence, but easy to connect to. And so here, there's going to be more variety, and not just in racial diversity, of course, but in various kinds of diversity. And so I'm going to have to figure out where those pockets of people are, reach out to them, make connections, and then work alongside them.
You've called a lot of those moments learning and teaching moments in Ashland. How is it that you went about teaching students about, be it race issues or be it being respectful to other people? What was the biggest thing that you learned there?
That people have misconceptions about others, and the only way to eliminate misconceptions is to have conversation. So, for instance, speaking to the float in the parade, obviously inappropriate. In that case, we had a process in Ashland called Speak Your Piece. PEACE. It's just an opportunity. It's a framework that we use to discuss all sorts of issues of climate, culture, with students. And so we incorporated a conversation about race and respect. What is respectful? What's not respectful? And that was a good opportunity for students to learn together about what is respectful behavior in terms of race. And frankly, we've had a number of those conversations over time. That one just happened to raised the level of national media. So,
talking about funding for education,
yeah.
Obviously always a topic, doesn't matter where you are, South Dakota, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
How do you deal with those challenges, and how have you found those challenges in Ashland, and how you think they'll compare here?
Similar, obviously, again, larger scale, but what I've always done is, we have to prioritize. We prioritize by first listening, using data, figure out where our priorities are, and then fund that strategic plan, fund those priorities.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Thrilled to be here. My cousin over here used to be an SRO in the high school. He's now changed jobs, as you can see. Very close to him. He's probably my closest family member, so I'm thrilled to be with him and his family. And again, I don't know if people realize what a gem they have in the Wausau School District. Very successful on multiple levels. And so I'm just excited to add to that great tradition.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.